There are three data types: primitive, collections, and objectives. The most basic of all of them is primitive. Um, Basically, all the other data types are built off of this. These can be anything like numbers, text, dates, and times. So, putting it in the sense of business. I think the best way to give an example of this would be inventory. I think it's the simplest way for me to understand. So if you look at inventory, we have numbers. Numbers can be how many of that item that you have. Text could be the name of the item or the description of the item, and the date and time could be when the item is available for sale. So collections, they become like a little bit more complex. It's basically made up of one or more elements, all of the same type. So when we look at collections, this could be brought back to inventory. So like I said before, we're talking, the easiest way to break it down is for inventory, and let's just say we're doing inventory of shoes. So the collection, the inventory, the collection of it could be shoe 1 and shoe 2 and so on and so forth. Or it could be something like shoe 1, shoelaces, and so on. These things can be in the form of a list. It could be in the form of a table. It all really just depends. And then we get to objectives. Objectives are used to store the collection of data. So, kind of like with the example I gave before, this is a shoe inventory. The object itself is the shoe. So all of the primitives that we've seen before, the numbers, how many of them we have in stock, the text with the name of the shoe, and the date and time when it would be released, all of those primitives make up the object itself, which is the shoe. So when I think of these three data types and applying it to business, I think that was the easiest way for me to kind of put it together and, make it understandable. So they kind of all, from what I see, they all build off of each other, and we kind of just go from the most basic and it builds up to a whole item. So that's how the three data types are applied to business.